Back in my day, I was the wisest of the Toads. I was a Mario franchise regular, one of the most well-known Toads along Toadette and the Captain.
Yeah, Toadsworth. Let's get you back into your pit of irrelevance. Toadsworth. In a video game franchise full of goofy characters, he's the serious voice of reason the Mario franchise needs. But more importantly, he's British. His first appearance was in Super Mario Sunshine in 2002, 36 years ago. In this game, he's kinda just Princess Peach's caretaker, attendant.
I am most concerned with the well-being of the princess in this dreadful heat,
he said as he arrived at a tropical paradise island for a summer getaway. He's often seen worrying about her and generally has a typical village elder personality. His most prominent appearances were in the Mario and Luigi games. In the first one, Superstar Saga, he first appears by floating in on a suitcase. He gives Mario and Luigi the suitcase and proceeds to break the fourth wall by telling them to click select on their controllers to open the menu screen. Later in the game, Princess Peach is kidnapped, and this time Toadsworth responds with anger, the second step in the stages of grief. But he also hands Mario and Luigi a spare Peach dress in case she damaged her current one trying to escape. But this dress actually ends up getting worn by Luigi in an attempt to trick Bowletta into thinking he was Peach and letting the real one go, which worked. This means Toadsworth indirectly saved her with the spare dress. See, instead of worrying and being anxious, you gotta take matters into your own hand, even if by complete accident. But regardless, he's a hero and he should be celebrated. Partners in time. This is probably Toadsworth's biggest role in a Mario game. In this game, Professor Egad builds a time machine, and Princess Peach thinks it's a good idea to immediately use said time machine with no preparations or risk assessment. Toadsworth then becomes a nervous wreck and KOs himself. As he gets revived with the refresh room, the time machine returns, and out comes Princess Mike Wazowski. So now Peach is lost in the past. If only this could have been prevented somehow. After defeating the monster, everyone discovers this time hole, which is a portal to the past. That's when Toadsworth crashes in on a hospital bed and knocks Luigi into the time hole, with Mario going after him. So this game's entire conflict is caused by Toadsworth. Technically the Peach thing wasn't directly his fault, but where the hell was he to convince her not to impulsively use a time machine right after it was built? His younger self also appears in this game, 3 kids and a mortgage Toadsworth, and together they help out the Mario Bros by teaching them new moves. So overall, an interesting presence from Toadsworth in these games so far. He also appeared in Bowser's Inside Story, where he and everyone else got eaten by Bowser. He's found in Pump Works, locked behind butter? I don't know what that is. He's informed that Peach is lost again and begins breaking down. Then, once he's saved, he spends most of the game in Toad Square and teaches the Mario Bros about bees. And then he returned in Dream Team. From what I've seen, he has no real plot relevance. He's just by Peach's side again, giving advice to people, worrying, comic relief, textbook NPC. This was his smallest role in a Mario and Luigi game yet. And after Dream Team came Paper Jam. Toadsworth was straight up nuked here. Actually, a lot of Mario and Luigi characters didn't return, but we're posting about Toadsworth here. He was on a slow decline since Partners in Time in terms of Mario and Luigi relevance, and now he's gone. But you know, we still have games outside Mario and Luigi. He often appeared around the Mario franchise as a non-playable character. He was the Toad House host in New Soup, he was a trophy in Smash Bros. Brawl and U, he even sometimes appeared in Mario Kart Party and sports games. Heck, he was even a playable character in the Mario baseball games, so I'm sure he was still showing up in plenty of games. That's right, Mario & Luigi Dream Team, the 2013 video game, was the last time Toadsworth has physically appeared in an original Mario game. And I added those adjectives because technically he has appeared recently. He was in 2024's Paper Mario 1000 Year Door remake and 2020's Super Mario 3D All-Stars, but these are just re-releases of old games. He was also in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate as a spirit, which is essentially just a cameo. The last time his actual character appeared in a game was Dream Team, and there's been so many opportunities to include him somewhere since then. Like I said earlier, he wasn't in Paper Jam, but he also wasn't in Brothership. He was playable in the baseball games, but we haven't gotten one since Super Sluggers on the Wii. We've had numerous Mario Sports, Mario Party, and Mario Kart games for the Switch, and Toadsworth hasn't appeared in a single one. Not even Mario Kart World, bro. This game has a playable cow, crab, penguin, para, Biddy-Bud. There's fictional businesses owned by all sorts of characters. Thwomp has a business. There's even one called Toad Manufacturing, but absolutely no mention of Toadsworth. But this isn't even as bad as the Mario movie. 90 minutes of pure Mario nostalgia and references. No Toadsworth. And he literally would have been perfect right here. We got this silly old wise toad with glasses. Why was this not Toadsworth?
Their mad king doesn't make alliances.
This should have been Toadsworth with his British accent saying, "Their Mad King doesn't make alliances." And you know what? This was supposed to be Toadsworth. There's concept art of the movie featuring Toadsworth right there. This quite literally might be the first time in a decade that they've recognized Toadsworth in a new project. So they didn't forget him. They're just straight up consciously avoiding him. But what did they do? This is like having a Kirby movie with Bandana D, but they replace him with a generic Waddle Dee. Or worse, Waddle Doo. So now that we know Nintendo is going out of their way not to have Toadsworth, why is that exactly? What's wrong with Toadsworth? Well, here are some theories. 1. He died of old age. I mean, sure, he was an old fella, and the constant worry and anxiety over Princess Peach certainly didn't help. In fact, there's an in-universe Toad version of a heart attack, or a fainting, called Shroom Shock, which Toadsworth actually experienced before. He was quickly tended to those times, but perhaps it happened again while he was sleeping or something. But this doesn't give a true explanation. Sure, it could be a lore explanation, but this has nothing to do with why the developers at Nintendo don't want to use him anymore. Some people say that he was too different from the other Toads. There's that one 2020 interview with Origami King's producer where he says, "From the production of Paper Mario Sticker Star, a 2012 game, we were no longer able to graphically represent individual characteristics such as age or gender." What does this tell you about Old Man Toadsworth? And Toadette, I guess. I don't know why they're posing limitations on their character designs like this, but it could explain why Toadsworth never appears anymore. Also, maybe they just don't have any use for his character or personality anymore? No. These are all just a bunch of silly theories. I actually know what's up. I know why Nintendo hates Toadsworth now. They realized he destroys their profits. Think about it. His debut game was Super Mario Sunshine, and this was the only 3D Mario game Toadsworth appeared in. So how funny is it that Sunshine is the worst selling 3D Mario game, under Galaxy 2, 64DS, and freaking 3D Land? His biggest appearance was Mario Luigi Partners in Time, a game sandwiched between two better selling games in the series. The only games where Toadsworth was playable were the Mario Baseball games, the least popular of the Mario Sports series. Tennis has 9 entries and 13 million sales. Golf has 8 entries and 8.5 million sales. Strikers has 3 entries and 6.6 million sales. And Sonic has 6 entries and 27 million sales. And then there's baseball, 2 entries, 3.3 million sales. I've seen enough. Toadsworth was killing sales for Nintendo. His removal from the franchise was a business decision. You think it's a coincidence that the first console generation after Toadsworth, the Switch, is Nintendo's most profitable ever? Why do you think there's no Mario Baseball game on Switch? The anti-Tom Nook. This man is against profits and revenue. This is also why he wasn't in the movie. They replaced him with this Blue Toad because if that was Toadsworth, the movie would have flopped. But instead, it's one of the most successful animated movies of all time. So there you have it. Nintendo is thriving today because Toadsworth is no longer scaring customers away. They're bigger than ever now and have so much confidence that they're as greedy as ever and selling games for $80. Actually no, Toadsworth, come back!